Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. Hello everywhere you are today. Well, today we're going to be using our pattern that we modified last time to make our pants. Actually, this tutorial is as well dedicated to one of my viewers who want to know about how to uh, make a pant with a zipper fly pocket. So I decided to make this tutorial especially for those viewers. And as well, today this tutorial is going to be two parts. We're going to um, cut out our pattern, and then afterwards the part 2 we're going to be attaching the zipper fly and joining the pants together. Because this tutorial, I really want to explain in details on how you can actually do your work that will fit perfectly. Because I remember let me tell you a story, when I was, during the beginning of the pandemic, I don't have anything to do, but I just thought, well, you know what, let me learn how to draft men's wear. So I approached one of my friends who is a fashion designer, and she do teach people how to actually draft a pattern and sew them together. So she said, yeah, I will teach you how to do that. And so she did her best. She teach us how to draft men's top, classic pants, and classic shirt or sleeve, and things like that. So when we were actually making the pattern for the men's classic pants, and then she told us just to make, these pants like, first of all, we made this casual one. So we made this pants, and after drafting it, she said, make more cup. So I did it very nicely. It was good because I was really into learning it. And so afterwards, she said, now use that pattern you make to now put it on the real fabric that you want to use. So I said, okay. So I cut my fabric and do everything. Then I sew it. I was so proud of myself. And so then my husband put it on, and then we showed it to her, and she said, whoa, it's too big. What do you do? I thought, I didn't know anything. So it is, how I make the marker. So she was actually saying, because we were doing this course through Zoom, but she has amazing eyes because she could see actually what I did wrong and what I did right. So, and then she started to say, why, there are some students actually, what they do was that if they are adding their sewing measurements, the sewing allowance, they add their sewing allowance, and then instead of, sometimes they will add like 1 inch, half an inch. Okay, it's fine, it depends on what you want. But when you want to sew your garment together, you should use exactly that sewing allowance that you put in. And if you did not do that, your garment can be too big, your garment can be too small. So when she was explaining this to me, I said, oh, I think I'm one of those students. And then she advised me, said, go and check out your sewing allowance, your pattern that you drafted, and see what you did. And actually, I went back. I started thinking what I actually did wrong. So I discovered that actually what I did wrong was, when I was sewing, the sewing allowance that I added, I did not sew that exactly. I was so confident of myself that I sew less of the sewing allowance. So I mean, just to sew 1 inch that I added to it, I sew half an inch. And that half an inch, that extra, times 4 parts of the pants you are making, then you have whole 2 inches. That is actually too much. So now I learned my lesson. So I have to redo everything, lose everything out, have to restore it, and then as you put it on, and then she said, well, it's okay, now it's better than what I did before. So And then, I was so confident that I was doing it quite well. I did not use actually the old system that I used to use. And I should make um, clothes for my children, for myself, for other clients that come to me. I'm always using the system that I'm going to show you now. So it doesn't really matter how good you are, how confident you are. But as a beginner, it's always good to use this system that I'm going to show you right now. So now I still continue to use this system because it made my pattern fit perfectly. I will not over sew my sewing allowance or less sewing my sewing allowance. And so that is what we're going to do today. So this is the pattern block that we're going to use today. So the first step I'm going to do just to I did not use my pin because this is a little bit thick paper that I'm using. So I will just trace it out my pattern from my fabric. You can see, trace it out like this, like this. So this is my true pattern measurement that I'm going to do. So when I do here, you can see here I added my sewing allowance, but here I did not add the edges, I did not add the allowance because I want to show you that system. So you just it's a chalk, just that it. So when you take it off, you can see your pattern is transferred into your fabric. Alright, so we're almost done now. As you can see, transfer. So what you do here is either you use your scissors to cut it from here. So you cut it from here, and then you have uh, your something here. Okay, let me just do that now so that you see what I mean. So just see that. You can see the points there. Cut the last one. Okay, so it's off already. You can see. Cut it out. So that is that. So the next thing you do, next step, just to put it like this. Alright. See? So it is done. So the next step that we will do now is to add our sewing allowance. I'm not going to add here at the bottom because I already did that. So I'll just take my tape. I want to add like 1 inch, 1 inch, which is about 2.5 centimeters. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll just mark it 1 inch. See what I'm doing, mark it. So that will be your sewing allowance, right? So you make sure that you sew your sewing allowance. So exactly what you put in is what you will sew. Alright, so this is it now. So this one remains the same. So what I'm going to do next is here I'm going to add my my 1 inch sewing allowance here. Let's see. So you can go ahead and do yours just like this. This. So after this, then we'll condense all the points together. So then, okay, what we're going to do at the top, we're going to add half an inch at the top. That's what we're going to do. And this one just enable us to attach the waistband. We're going to have the waistband, it is high waistband. And this client really wants that like this. Alright, so and see that is good. So the next thing we're going to do now is to connect all the lines together. Alright, so you start with this ruler that I always use. Start with that ruler to connect your hip line. You can see, and then turn it to connect the curve. Connect the curve. Alright, so like that. So you just click. Okay. So you can see, so stop here because I'm not adding any there. So then we do I will do the other side now. So connect the line. Then just connect. So with this ruler, it enable you to actually do your work also very fast. Okay. See? See? Alright. So that's it. So then we do, I'm going to use another that to do that. Okay. This one is very good to connect the touch side. What we're going to do now is to actually, let me show you the system I was telling you. I've got my needle and thread. So I'm just going to do it from here. So as you can see, this is the sewing. This is the true allowance. This is the true line I'm going to sew, but this is my sewing allowance I added. So I will just put my needle here just to attack it, so that you will know where you will sew. So this it can be time consuming, but I'll show you when you actually finish it, you see how your pan here really fits. So this is what you do. You just use needle to attack it. Take your time to do it, because I think that when you are doing something, it's good to do it good. So you just do it like this, and it's also quite easy now because you already have your line. You know your sewing area, where you can remove your paper if you want, but you can remove your paper because you already have your pattern drafted, or you draw the line already. I cut my thread too long. Okay, so just do it like that. So when you finish, you will see what I actually mean. Then have your it'll be easy to sew. Now this system is also quite good when you are sewing a fabric. You have a fabric that um, you don't know the back and front. Actually, they look alike. So with that pattern of fabric, it's also good to do something like this. Then you know which side you are working. That's it. You can see it. Like that. Oops. So you just go ahead and do yours. What I'm doing now, just attack it out. It's so fancy. Just do it like that. So we're almost done. So a good thing that you use your marker to mark it. Let me cut this off. So that, okay. So I will turn it around. Let me get my. It's actually time consuming. It's good to make the outfit very nice. All right. So after this, let me put now I'm going to go to waistband. So have this. So you can do it like this if you want, but this is my method. Um, how I sew my stuff to have my refitting. You can do what you want. But now, still have some more. Let me thread more. Okay. Now I got my thread. I'm using actually contrasting colors so you can see better. So okay. You can use like cutting thread to do this, but it's a polyester, so goes for okay. So let's continue to do our work. So I'm using contrasting colors so that you guys can really see that. But I think that's the best. So the next step I'm going to do now is to sew here and here, right? So I just place my, let's see, so here, So that is that. So let me, I can remove this paper. I remove it just for it. So you see what I'm doing. So that is that. If you want to do this system, it's good. It's just like, so this is the marking, because the reason I'm doing here this as square here is because you have the marking here. You can see marking, but when you go at the back, you don't have any marking. So in order for you to have that marking at the back as well, then you can do that. You can use a couple of paper to do that. But I'm going to show you that next. Okay. So this is that. And then we go to the other side. Alright, so okay. So now we finish that. So we can just continue from this side. That's for the waist. So now that we get to the end of the waist, so we will go to the other side. And it's there. So now we will try this. So we will continue our project. Take a while, but just have to take your time to do it. So now we're going to start from here. Alright. So I don't need to do the hem ending. So I just, but the hem you can, the hem doesn't really other matter. You can always, when you are sewing it's too long, you can always take some out, refold it or things like that. But the most important thing is just the body, you know, and that one is more important to have a good fitting. Okay. You know, I always love to do this. I take my time, but I love doing that. This marking. This is marking. So after we finish doing the marking, then we're going to cut out. But as a beginner, it's really good to do this etiquette so that you learn how to make your outfit fit you. So we try to do a little bit. It's almost done. this dress actually vinyl. Okay, so so the way you attack it, you can see the way I'm doing. When I attack it like this, I'll leave some thread behind because you're going to cut um, this fabric open. So when you cut it open, then you have your marking on the other side. So that is that. Okay. All right. Okay. So I am done now. So just cut it off. All right. So the next step we're going to do now is to cut our fabric. Let me just remove all the magnets here. Move my pattern. Okay. So the next step we're going to do now is to cut out our pattern. See, we have all the markings. It's easy for us. We have that. So all I just do just to cut out a pattern. So this is the going along. Just cut it. Do this side. Copy and paste. Alright. So now that we finish cutting our fabric, let me just cut this off. So I can use this one to make my waistband. So that's it. So now this is what I mean. So what we just did was that you do the tacking, then you open it like this. See? Open it. So you can open it so widely so that it will be easy for you to cut. See? So that it's just so let me just cut it and see what I mean. You can see. So just cut off your thread like this. very good. Okay. So at the back you have double marking anyway because you know these are because you are drafting and making your marking at the back fabric. But now, opening, you will see you have also the marking inside your fabric. So when you are doing this, please use a very sharp scissors. It's very good to do this. Okay, so you see. So just bear with me when I pick up shapes for this. Because you have enough thread at the back, then it's easy, just open it. Then you have the fold. And now I did the going to do the top. So you have enough thread there. It's not so open. It's easy. It's easy. Okay, so we do the other side. Mm, see, you see. So don't worry about the work you have to do. So what you want to achieve is to have a good fit. Because it will not be nice when you uh, finish making your farm doesn't fit properly, or you get crooked. So that will not be nice. At least when you finish making something, you'll be so proud to say, I made this. Or when you make for a client, sometimes when I make something for some friends, and after some time they will wear it, and I said, oh, this is a very nice dress you put on. Who made it for you? And they will say, it is you who made it, right? You forgot that you made this dress for me. So that is amazing because then you forgot what you made for your friends or other people, and then you love it. Then you say, it is you who made it for me. So I really like it. So that is why I was trying to make something very accurate, nice fitting so that at least you will not have a kind of that embarrassing situation. Oh, you made it for me, but look how it happened, you know? So you won't have that fault. Or when you make something and it's too tight, and maybe then when you are in convention or wherever you are, public space, place like that, and then your zipper will rip off. This is really not a nice feeling. So it's better to make your clothes very accurate, and also if you want to use zip, make sure you use zip that has a good quality so that will not rip off. Especially for the guys, for the guys, it's also very important to use very good zipper. Okay, right now I am busy with the darts. So as I said earlier, you can use carbon paper, but I'm going to have lesson on that next time. But right now, I'm just explaining this. So for this is what we did. You can see this is our back, and this is our front of the fabric. You can see now you have that. The dart is right here. The dart is right here. And so you can see your sewing part. So when you want to sew, all what you do is just to uh, see what you are sewing. Just pick up, like when you want to make a dart now. You have the marking here. Just so then when you are sewing, and you can make it straight. And at the same time, you have the marking the other side. See. So that is the easiest way to cut your. You cut your palm and you mark it like that. Okay. All right. So you go ahead and do yours. To palms, you can see I have already made one for me. So I have this second palm that I make today, and there's still enough fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to actually cut out. Make sure your pattern is straight, the green line is straight. Right. Alright. So I think mine is straight right now. Okay, this back. So this is the back. This is what I use before. I'm going to cut the front part. I'm not going to cut this. I don't want to cut double. So I'm cutting the front part right now. Alright. You have to be very careful so that you don't cut double because you already have. So now, this front pattern, I did not add any sewing allowance. So what you're going to do, I'm going to add my sewing allowance, and also at the bottom. So with the bottom, I have the other one I have sewing allowance, but this one did not add sewing allowance. So now I'm going to add my 2 inches sewing allowance. So I make sure it is straight. Okay, alright. So that's it. Okay. So I'll just put my weights. But I'm using weight because this is a magnetic table. But it's easy for me just to put my weight in it. So, okay, so one thing I don't want to quickly explain to you is that the bottom, I need to extend it with 2 inches. 2 inches. That's 2 inches because of the sewing allowance. It's 2 inches here. So 2 inches. 2 inches. Okay, that's it. So you just connect your 2 inches like this. So you don't need this. Okay. So these 2 inches will serve as my sewing allowance. Okay, so what will happen now is that I will just trace it out again. You can see here is my the crush that we did, and with this pattern I actually add the zipper flag with it together. So I do not want to actually sew um, the flying shield to it, so I just cut it, put it together. So that is the simplest method that you can actually use to sew your zipper flag. But when I'm busy, you will see what I mean. We'll explain to you what I actually mean by that. Okay. So now I'll just trace out my pattern. Now make sure I mark it. So I just trace it down. Here would be where the pocket will be. So so like this is easy. Just trace. So this is the folding line. This is my actual. Okay. So here. So okay. So that's it. So with this, I will still do the same method. I'll cut this off. In other way, I will use this as a demonstration for you then with the carbon paper. Okay, I have this marking because here is where my pocket will appear. It's not really necessary, but I just want to do it like that so that I know that my pattern, my pocket will come there. Alright. So now the next step is to add your sewing allowance as we did previously, just an inch. Just add an inch to it. So you go ahead and do yours. Just add an inch. So that is why we did already the our pattern marking like this, so that we see here the pattern with it. So we just mark. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Okay. Then so the what we did here is also this point here is also kind of where my zipper stop will be. My zipper stop will be. So I will sew from here and sew on top. So I add so my sewing allowance here. Just one inch. Okay. So here on top is half an inch. Do not forget that half. Alright. So with the pocket as well, with the pocket, I think I will just add half an inch with the pocket. But I don't want the pocket to be so focused inside. Just add well, I could, let me just make it 1 inch because I've got the head. Just do that to be more easy because I'm going to add also an inch the other side. So anyway, when you are sewing, when you finish sewing, if you think that it's so big, you can also just trim it up. Trim it up later. So, so that is that. Okay. So I'll just, I'm going to connect it now. That's the way I connect previously. The other one. Let me get my ruler because the ruler will enable me to actually connect it very well. Okay. So I'll use my ruler now. Connect from here. So I will do here. Let me do it first. This is just more or less straight. Just do that. Straight ahead. Just straight. Then I will do the waist. here will be straight as well. Okay, so we just curve this like this. See? So it is almost done. So just curve, just use ruler. Use this ruler like this. So this is it. So let me just demonstrate this for you. So this is the carbon paper that I normally use. Let me see the one that will be more visible here. So I hope I have just perfect. Let me use it. Okay, this is how the carbon paper actually this side comes. And this carbon paper, I bought this from Amazon. So you can of course check that in your local store and see what they have there. So with this carbon paper, let me just cut it because it's a little bit big. Let me just cut some out. Okay. So with this, I will just take this a little. Okay. So now you know when you in those days you used to do carbon paper, remember? So let's see. We'll show you first what happens. So now what I'm going to do is just use like you can use tracing weight or you use what is available for you. Like for instance, I put it from this. So this is actually like this. Because we want to have the mark in there. Okay. So this is what you do. Have it. Not really visible, not all that visible. Because I think, let me use, the paper is thick. Let me use a tracing weight. Get one tracing. Okay, I have tracing weight. I have two types of tracing weight. I have this tiny one. I have this big one. So I think I'm going to use these bigger ones to do it because the pattern paper is thick. So this is what you do. Okay. So you can see that's what I show. can see it has shown. Okay. You can see this is it. I hope you guys can see it because I can see it. See? So this is like this. So I can see even the dots with the tracing wheel. I can see. But I think this is nice thing to do, but I prefer using my thread. But right now, I have dots with my tracing wheel. But if you know, like when you are making satin, it will not be a good idea either because the tracing wheel will damage your fabric. But what you can do is use a pen, like you have a pen that is not really working properly. So you can just do that, like you have this, so this pen is working. You can just, you can see the dot has also penetrates in this. So let me, we want to have the marking as well in the other side of the fabric, and so we do it like this. Okay? So you see what I'm doing now? Because you want to have the marking here, and as well at the back here you want to have the marking. And just put it like this. See? Make sure everything is properly done, okay? And then you can just take your pen that doesn't work anymore, you just do it like this. It's going to work. Right. Let's see. It will appear here again, you can see. Let's see and also here, see. So this actually, I think this is the best way you mark your, use your carbon paper to do your marking, because with the tracing wheel, for me, is good idea, but it will actually damage your fabric. So now you can still see it here now, the blue line, and you also see the blue line like that. See? So this is it. So, but this is the way you can use your carbon paper and do what you think is best for you to do. Okay? So so that is that. I just marking and everything. So now let us cut out our fabric. See this? Yeah. Okay. So that one. Then I'll cut off the wrist. Okay. So I can remove this now. I can remove this right now. So I just cut, to see my marking is completed. So I've just cut it. Okay, so that is that. So I did not do the marking out in the other side. So that is what you could do. You go ahead and thread it. You can even do it like this now that you remove the pattern. It will be more easy for you. So you can take your thread and just did what we just did in the back pattern. You just cut off, you just sew it, attack it, and then you see from here, just attack it, and then you see your your true sewing measurement. Okay, and now here we don't have to do this because we already have the marking here, and we have this. We use the happen the button. Let me just keep good. Remember we do this. So this is the crotch side. We're just going to mark, cut off, just mark with the marking, just cut here. And it's okay. So when we are sewing, just I will explain this marking to you. Okay, so the next step I'm going to do now is to cut the pocket at the waistband. Alright, this is the pockets pattern we created, right? So I'm just going to use the scrap fabric. Okay, so I have this. Right. I'm going to just use this. So now with the pocket, we're going to actually cut into we cut two. So I will just put it on the salvage because this pocket is actually I've drafted the sewing allowance today. So that is this. So I'll just put my my weight on it. I'll just cut it straight. So this already have sewing allowance here. I added sewing allowance already. So I'll just have to just that's like, so if you wish you can add your extra sewing allowance, but it's not really extra. Because this one as well, I do the same thing and see how it is. Right? Okay, so with this, I will do the same thing. Remember, what I'm doing right now is just I'm using the back side. So let me make sure not to clearly this one because I want to use this side. Okay, so this is that. So I put it like this. So that serves as my sewing. This salvage river will serve as my center. Okay. So that is it. So I put my weight on it. I don't need to use pin because my paper is quite heavy. So I'll just cut. Okay, I can also just put like this in case you want to use paper and do that. And that's it. So just cut it. That's it. So you can remove your paper. Okay, so we remove our, that is it. So this is actually the pocket. It's like this. With the pocket you cut two, and then with the other pocket we cut in two as four. Yeah, okay. So I can equally just remove the pattern piece because I have to do the marking. So that is why it's very important for you to do the marking. Okay. All right. So we are almost done. Okay. So pocket is done. So I use this teeth scissors to cut it, but then that doesn't prevent me of not overlocking it because I'm still going to overlock all the fabric pieces that I need. And then what happens is the next step I'm going to do now is to create the waistband. The waistband I'm going to, what you do when you are creating your waistband, you just put your tape measure, just put it around your waist, just put it around your waist where you want your pant to be, high waist, and then when you do that, and then you just measure your fabric. So what I'm going to make is I have 42 inches. 42 inches is my waistband that I'm going to apply on this. So I'll just measure like this. That's it. Yeah, so I'll mark that. And then I'll mark how long I want my waistband to be. For this savage, I'm going to use it as my thread allowance because just like half an inch. Then you measure, then you cut your waistband. So that is it for this tutorial. So you go ahead and cut out your fabric and attack it with your needle just as we did, and then the next step is for you to overlock all the fabric that you cut out. If you don't have overlock machine, um, you can use a machine to do the zigzags so that when you finish sewing all your uh, pattern, your outfit that you make, it will look very neat. Okay, and then go ahead and cut your waistband in your own measurement. The measurement I'm using is 42 inches, so you go ahead, measure your waist and cut out your waistband. Okay, and then that's it. You cut your pocket, and then you just overlock everything, and then part two, we're going to cut out. We're going to sew everything together. We're going to do the pocket, and we're going to do the button. Okay, so all these things going to be, it is detail by detail so that you can understand it, and then you can make your own. You can watch the video, you can pause it, continue again, and that is how you make your pattern fit perfectly. Okay, so that's it with my carbon paper. You don't really have to use carbon paper if you want, but now we have we did two methods. We did the method of carbon paper, we did the method of using it to attack your outfit and the that. So you can see what method that you like, what you prefer is what you do. So you just try this out, and at the end choose what you prefer to do. So that was the purpose why I got started this too. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and you I hope it actually help you to go on journey to know how to sew, to learn more about sewing, because we really learn how to sew with money, and we love wearing the outfits that are actually. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Alright then. Have a good day everyone. Bye.